Hey, welcome back, everybody, to WWTA News. WWTA News. Hey, welcome back. I'm glad you all stopped by for another episode. I know you're like, oh man, it'd be so much time in between you dropping these videos, bro. What's going on? Ain't nothing going on, just busy. A lot of things are going on in life, obviously, just busy. But yes, I did not forget. Let's get back into the news. Welcome back, welcome back. Let's get into the news. So let's jump right in. We've got an article that says XRP accepted as payment by top Dubai real estate developer. Yes. Okay, so before we jump in there, I know the crypto space doesn't appear to have much going on. I know ever since the whole Sam Bankman-Fried thing, everybody's like, oh my God, crypto's going down the tube. I would just like to remind you all, we don't so much care for crypto in general as we do for what the banks and countries, businesses, and nations are doing. And so I say this. We have an internet which allows data and information to travel. Now they're working on a secured financial system on the internet, layer on the internet, so that money can move on the internet as well. So after that, who knows what else they do with this new system that they're bringing online. That's online, not bringing. That's online. But for the most part, we're just going to stay mainly focused on the fact that we have an internet for information, and now we have money securely able to be processed and transferred over the internet as well, for the reasons that they need it to be able to do that. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about what's going on in the crypto space before you go crazy and like, oh my God, my money is just. All right, let's get on with the article. XRP users can now use their assets to purchase Katura reserved homes. Last month, MAG, a top real estate developer in the United Arab Emirates, announced the launch of Katura Reserve, a United Arab Emirate dirham, 3 billion exclusive new luxury residential complex in Meydan, one of Dubai's most sought after residential areas. Katura Reserve will feature super homes consisting of villas and 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedroom apartments, and is part of the new luxury real estate and hospitality brand Katura. All right, so that's amazing. XRP for that, right? So we know XRP as payment, as a rails to move money across the world. So XRP for like value, I don't think it's made its place in value where it's going to rest at. I would have imagined that people would just use those rails to move stable coins to make payments on things. That's what I would suspect. But maybe people want to collect the XRP because they know that it's going to be used for payment rails. I don't know. But nonetheless, I mean, if you want to, you can use XRP to buy homes, right? Moving along, Russia to legalize crypto for international trade. Russia to legalize crypto for international. Why would they do that? Let's see what's going on. Russian officials announced that the country will legalize the use of cryptocurrency for international trade in 2023 in a move to circumvent the Western sanctions. There it is, right? We'd rather use crypto than deal with the United States and their sanctions. Okay. Chairman Anatoly Aksakov said that although Bitcoin and cryptocurrency will be permitted for international trade, their use as a means of payment within the country will be prohibited. Those found using digital assets could face liability. Russia has been considering the use of cryptocurrency for international trade for almost a year, following a package of Western sanctions implemented after its invasion of Ukraine. So, and I'm sure even before then they were contemplating this stuff, right? The Bank of Russia, which had previously called for a complete ban on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, eventually voiced support for allowing Bitcoin payments for international settlement in June. In September, the central bank agreed with the Ministry of Finance that it would be impossible to do without cross-border settlements in cryptocurrency, right? Because you'd have to deal with a system that's controlled by another group of people who can make the decisions that they want to make in regards to doing business with you. So I totally get it, totally understand. Aksakov also stated that Russia is looking to create a central bank digital currency that can be used in international trade. The country has been working on a digital ruble for several years, with the central bank testing it in certain regions. Aksakov said that the digital ruble could be launched within the next 5 years and used for international trade, particularly with countries in the Middle East and Asia. So it makes sense, central bank digital currencies and stable coins. It totally makes sense. And that they don't want other currencies being used within their country. I totally understand that as well, because that stuff right there is full of a lot of hot air. It goes left, it goes right, it goes up, it goes down without any control, any whim. That's just what happens. Stability is everything. So, lest they run into a whole bunch of situations, they say, well, we'll just stay out of cryptocurrencies and we'll just kind of deal in these particular things. As far as what goes on within their country, not about them doing trade, because they basically said they'll trade with other countries and say blah, say blah. The move to legalize cryptocurrency for international trade is part of Russia's efforts to diversify its economy and reduce its reliance on traditional financial systems. By using cryptocurrency for international trade, Russia is potentially seeking to bypass financial sanctions and avoid using traditional payment methods such as the US dollar or the euro, which we know are the two countries that are putting sanctions on Russia. So I totally understand that as well. That's why they would basically use cryptocurrencies, so they wouldn't have to deal with all that. So yeah, we all get that. That's simple to understand. Let's just move along. So Ripple's CEO Brad Garlinghouse says 3,700,000,000 Wells Fargo violation is overshadowed by FTX. What does he mean? Ripple Labs CEO Brett Garlinghouse says that most people are obsessing over recent debacles in the crypto industry while ignoring what's going on in the traditional finance world. Garlinghouse goes on saying that there's a widely disproportionate amount of attention directed at the collapse of crypto exchange FTX compared to banking giant Wells Fargo, which just paid $3.7 billion in fines for mismanaging customer funds, right? So everybody is mad and angry about crypto and everybody's attacking. I hear it all the time. Crypto's garbage. It's blah, 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 blah. It's so corrupt. But everybody forgets about businesses being corrupt, right? Everybody forgets how much money laundering is done with dollars. Everybody forgets how much, black market business is done with U.S. dollar and with businesses operating within the United States. Everybody forgets about that because the TV doesn't point its finger at that. It points it at crypto and gives that the main point on the news. And so you focus on that and then you can't think past that, So pretty much Brad Garlinghouse is saying, wake up, wake up. Wells Fargo was charged by the Consumer Finance Protection Board with mismanaging funds related to auto loans, mortgages, and deposit accounts. Wells Fargo rinse-repeat cycle of violating the law has harmed millions of American families. Nobody's talking about it. The CFPB is ordering Wells Fargo to refund billions of dollars to consumers across the country. Nobody's talking about that. This is an important initial step for accountability and long-term reform of this repeat offender, right? But Sam Bankman-Fried FTX, right? So we'll look at the crypto space and crypto market, which is something still relatively new, and we'll attack it and everything we can, not aware of the big picture and what's being built. Yet, on a regular basis, you're being screwed over by the corporations and businesses that you do business with on an everyday basis. But nobody's talking about that. Moving along, Ukrainian pharmacies enable crypto payments via Binance Pay. Pharmacies in Ukraine are embracing digital payments amid the ongoing war, with a major local pharmacy chain enabling payments in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. ANC Pharmacy, one of the biggest pharmacy chains in Ukraine, has partnered with Binance Ukraine to debut cryptocurrency payments via contactless crypto payment service Binance Pay. Binance not going anywhere. Payments in the Ukraine, cryptocurrency not going anywhere. I mean, you might look at the market and say, oh man, it's tough, it's beat down, it's not looking good, get out. I told you shouldn't have got into it, it's bad. You can think what you want to think, but the fact remains. Businesses, corporations, companies, nations, did I say countries? Yes, all these people, businesses, so on and so forth, they are using the technology because it's a needed technology. It's not going anywhere. No matter what you see on those news articles and these headlines on TV when they tell you that, oh, crypto is da 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 da, just ask yourself, well, if it's da 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 da, then why are these countries still using it? Why are these institutions still using it? Why are these banks still using it? Okay, and then once you can find an answer for that, then you'll understand why you should pay too much attention to the market being down. And it could get worse. It truly can. But I would wager at this point, and I'm just wagering based on what I'm seeing, that even if it hits a rock bottom, there's a low that you can't even fathom, it's still the technology that will be used to move money. Okay? The internet really is still in its growth, right? When we start talking about the internet, when we start talking about high-speed internet, when we start talking about the things people can do with the internet, it's ridiculous. Like, think about this. The internet murdered video stores. It murdered it. And it took a long time for us to get to the point from AOL dial-up, right, to the point where you had Netflix and all these other companies and you could stream movies, to where now you can rent the movies online and watch them even while sometimes they're at the movie theaters. Think about where the internet came from. Nobody believed in the internet. It was straight garbage. It was dial-up. All these different things just to get online, to get into a chat room, to send an email, you know what I'm saying? And it was basic. It was basic. Like, you had, most people just got emails that were, and that was probably from a business side. The majority of us were doing the simple-minded stuff, like just going to chat rooms and talking to people, because we're like, oh, you can talk to people in chat rooms that you don't even know, and da-da-da-da-da. That was technology. Like, I know right now in 2023, you're laughable, like, what? That's stupid, saying, y'all didn't what? But back then, it was the bomb. That's what it was, right? That's just what it was. So, yeah. Starting from January 3rd, ANC Pharmacy enables its customers to proceed with instant payments while purchasing pharmacy products online. The pharmacy chain officially announced on Tuesday. So yeah, payments online, instant payments, right? Crypto. I told you they're going to use this, whether you believe it or not. This is how they're going to bring money onto the internet. ANC Pharmacy operates more than 1,000 pharmacies across Ukraine, running its own online pharmacy service. According to an official announcement, Binance Pay payments will be initially rolled out in pharmacies in Kiev. So there it is right there. Moving along, a report. Morocco's central bank governor says crypto draft law is now ready. All right, Morocco's in the crypto space, right? According to Abdelatif Ouahiri, I'm sorry if I chopped that up. The governor of the Moroccan Central Bank, also known as Bank Maghrib, the country's draft law on crypto is now ready and will soon be presented to interested parties. In his comments, reportedly made during a press conference, Juahidi insisted the draft law seeks to protect individuals from risks that come with crypto investing. As per a report by Morocco World News, the Moroccan Capital Markets Authority, AMMC, and the Insurance Supervisory Authority and Social Security, ACAPS, are some of the stakeholders the central bank is expected to engage before taking steps to implement the proposed law. Right, so of course you're going to have to go through all that, but it still shows that they're making those necessary steps. Now remember, if you want to use Swift, you got to be up and running and ready using an ISO 20022 protocol or ready currency or chain to negate and conduct business through Swift. So I would only assume that these countries are going through their legislation and laws to make these things ready so they can use this new system. So whether you want to or not, I think most countries are going to switch over because that's how they're going to conduct business. So be ready. That's just how I see it. All right, Brazilians are turning to stablecoins to protect savings from inflation, and they got a lot going on down there in Brazil. It's a lot. I mean, it's a mess down there. All right, this article goes on to say the recent development poses an impressive figure about the usage of stablecoins in Brazil, especially as only 5% of the Brazilian real volume involves U.S. Dollars directly. Further, the BUSD and USDT are the top stablecoins in use by Brazilians. In Brazil, stablecoins are seen as an excellent way to protect savings from inflation, obviously because they can hold that at the value in the other countries, what that value is, right? Brazil's real continues to struggle to hold its value as inflation. Coupled with the global economic crisis, continues to hit hard on the South American country. In June, the inflation grew to 9.7, the highest in 2022. The struggle against inflation in Brazil caused the real to weaken against the U.S. dollar. So, I mean, it only makes sense that they want to hold those stable coins because they're trying to hold value in a crumbling system, right? On December 22nd, the president of Brazil, Jair Bolsonaro, signed a bill that legalized Bitcoin as a means of payment in the country. However, the bill does not push the status of Bitcoin in Brazil as a legal tender, but it clarifies the premises of regulating crypto and the institution in charge. Also, the bill now mandates that crypto firms in Brazil must obtain licenses for custody and management of virtual assets by third parties. The legislation is in place to prevent anything similar to the collapse of FTX in the near future. Currently, Brazil has the most cryptocurrency ETFs in Latin America, with most banks and brokers offering cryptocurrency investments and similar products like custody and token offerings. So they're already in the space. Again, we know what Swift got planned. They're in the space. Preparations have already been made. We're going to continue to see more growth, especially as we head through the early parts of this year into March. All right, Swift Go, because we're just talking about Swift, right? We're just Swift, right? It's just all about Swift, ISO 20022, the new standard in low-value international payments. Nobody likes waiting for a payment to arrive or getting hit by unexpected processing fees. Swift Go puts these problems in the past, enabling your customer and small business customers to send money around the world straight from their bank account. Take advantage of this booming market. Upgrade your offering with a solution that keeps your customers coming back over and over again. Grow your business, cement yourself as an industry innovator, and keep pace with your competition. Look at the way they're advertising and pushing this, okay? This is, it's so simple that you would have to be blind, dumb, deaf, and blind to miss what's happening here. March of this year, Swift has all this stuff set up and ready to go. All right. This is ready to go for institutions, countries, businesses, so on and so forth. And so, even as we look and we're like, oh, well, crypto space it's just horrible. It's really not. It's really not. What I think is happening, and I think I could be wrong. I think what I think is happening is the non-relevant things are being pushed to the side because at the immediate moment, the major goal is to bring the money onto the internet via the blockchain. So, yeah, that's all I got in this video. Got more videos coming down the pipeline. You know, I know it took some time for me to get back and get to work on these things, but busy, busy, busy. But anyways, if you found any value in this information, which I hope you did, hit that like button. And if you got family, friends, or loved ones who you think could use this information, share the link to them so they can get involved just like you are. Other than that, I'll catch you all in the next episode.